Hey Internet, it's Steve at Thousand Year Home. So a big storm's rolling in, which means I want to get over to that house that oh my God. All right, camera stop. I'm going to leave that in. I won't edit that out. Normally I'd edit that out. But it has its own I got to find out what that autofocus is doing. So I suspect that the lens cover that I have, let me unscrew this. All this for a YouTube channel. It really does, this little polarizing lens cap. So I use that so I don't lean forward and scratch the lens because it's a fixed lens. I can't pull it off and repair it. But I suspect that this has dust particles on it, and that the focus in here is so good that it starts autofocusing on this. I'm trying to find that setting. So I bought something that should help us all. So this is a little wide angle lens that screws into the front of my camera. So let's do that right now. Get over here where I have some light coming in through the window. All right, there I am. All right, so there it is. Let me go ahead and screw this in, and we'll see if I get a better view. For your view, because I'm like this, you know what I mean, burn. And I feel like I'm too close in the image. And also when I walk around and I'm showing you all things, sometimes I'm like, Steve, pick the camera up. But I can't. I'm full view all the way out on the camera as far as that will go. So let me go ahead and screw this lens in. And you all saw that change, right, between where I was and where I am now. Much better view. And if I go out a little bit too far out, you can see the parallax of the camera, the wide angle camera. You can see the edge of it. So I'm going to go ahead and move it just a little. And I still see a little bend to the beams. You can see they got a little fisheye to them, just a little fisheye. But I think that that's a better view. When I hold you out, it feels like a more friendlier distance than it was. In addition, in the Connex, now I'm buttoning this down because of the storm coming. And so all the windows are buttoned down, and it's a little dark out there. But it gives you a wide angle view. You've never had this from corner to corner and in my camera. So I'm enjoying this change. Today, I wanted to drill and tap all of the conduit that needs to go in for the other conduit places. So there, and that's drilling through a sill plate. That's drilling through a sill plate. And this is drilling through a sill plate, and it'll do this whole run. So that one will do this whole run. And then this is drilling us through a sill plate, maybe. And it'll do that side and that side. So no outlet underneath the where this tub is. I don't want to mess with that. So anyway, I'm buttoning everything up. The other thing that I see that this fisheye lens is giving me is a little bit more solar flare in the lens. I could see a few more little bokeh, little dots, at least on the screen. We'll see what they look like. Now I do have, I've been working on that. This is a little better view too. Just a little, I can see a little curve on the screen that'll probably translate. But you're getting a more appreciative view of everything around me. If I went with a walk with Hank, you'd see more behind me. So I think I'll leave this lens on. It makes it heavier. The camera's got to weight wants to fall and hit the ground. So what else do we got? Need to make my bed. So anyway, this is all buttoned up because I'm going to go and do the grading on that house. I want to see it in the rain, so see how it's performing. And I'll take this camera over there. That where I'm working doesn't have any internet. So that house is way out in the woods. Well, that's an exaggeration. It's in the woods without the internet. How about that? I'm more farther out in the woods than that one is. But I want to see what it's going to do like. And it's supposed to drop an inch of rain here coming up, thunderstorm warnings. It might just skip me by, and I'll be wasting my time. But I want to pack everything up and get over there, which means I won't do a video today on the housework here. I'm running over to the other place. And I might even get the tractor out and do a smidgen of work if I get there before the thunderstorm hits. Maybe. We'll see. Well, I made it back to the house that I graded. before the rain. I was kind of hoping that it'd be raining. It had rained a little bit today. Well, this driveway idea is working out. It's turning out to be dry. It's up quite a few inches than the rest of the yard. I need to come back and cut a small ditch right through there. Actually, I kind of got a grade going on. Just work it. That's all I got to do. I don't got to cut it. So I did the math. If I want a 5% grade on this, then over 10 feet I would need a 6-inch drop. And I only see a 3 or 4-inch drop. So I need to pull this out a little bit more. And then it'll be perfect. And it'll last years and years and years. Not 1,000 years, but as long as these oak trees will let it. Their job is to fill everything in, and they have determination. They are very, very determined things. But this looks good. So it's nice to be here before the rain and get a pre-look. And hopefully that storm will blow in here any minute. This one I just did a rough cut just to see if the water would find it. I don't think so. And I'm not sure where exactly this will go. I'm hoping it'll find its way into the ditch and down and around. We'll find out. All of these need little emitters, pop-up emitters. So the other ones that I need to fix is this little thing, weird thing here. These are just emptying right out to the foundation. So I'm going to bury some emitters here, run out to the little garden there, right where the poppies are, and have a storm emitter pop up there for drainage. Once I do that, I think the house will be all right. This one I can backfill a little bit. Somebody dug the foundation down a little too far, so I can cut that. But there it is, up onto the brick veneer again, up onto the brick veneer again. I'm a little tired. I worked a full, fairly hard today on my cloud job. There was an outage and a disruption in Microsoft services, and that keeps me busy. I was busy all day long. Globally busy. So I think I'm a little too tired to even get on the Mahindra and even try. I think I'll let it go. I had talked previously how when you're tired, you don't do your best work. And I am tired, so I think I'll avoid getting on anything and trying anything. I could see that it did run a little water. Pulled up there, just as I suspected. This still needs to be cut a little bit, just to give everything a positive drain. I could see a little mud puddle there. I don't want mud puddle. I want runny. Everything can run down to and I'm not sure what I'll do with the drive. I'll work on that later. Getting close. It's much better than it was. Much better. The drainage is much better. Much better. Alright, people liked my last video going down the road, so I put the new lens on, wide angle. Let's do it again. Make old Hank move. Come on, buddy, I'm going through right there. Right there, my friend. Don't move at all, not even an inch. Don't move an inch. Look, my mirror's going to hit your butt. Can you at least move that? Thank you. Thank you, Hank, for accommodating me. Sometimes he forgets what side his oats is buttered. Alrighty. Hope I get there before this storm breaks open. Good morning, Internet. That was quite a storm. 1.5 inches or more in a couple hours. So I'm back here on the construction site taking a look around. I came in last night when it was raining and it was just too dark, but I could see the water was flowing where I wanted it to flow, but there's still some standing water. Let's go take a look at this. I use this internet blog here, this YouTube channel, for more than a YouTube channel. It's actually a journal for myself. So not everything is very exciting. Sometimes I just videotape stuff for my own purpose. So that I know how things were built and why I did decisions. And in this particular case, I'm just doing a walkabout. The grading from the Mahindra tractor I want to see, and I knew I needed to go a little deeper, but this will catch the pockets. It validates that my idea for the grade is right. I just need to work a little harder. So let me go ahead, swivel camera, and do a walkabout. So the first thing I noticed last night, the gutter here was way overran, and it was just pouring off of this. So maybe this gutter needs to be a wider gutter to catch all this. This was working okay. The fact that I had used stones, I see that one had collapsed in the rain. It had shooed the water out here. Now I'm going to pick all of those up with my tractor and grade here as well. There's some plumbing to fix. Those are outdoor filters, and I just want to do that in the cold down here in Texas. That's enough. So where I had pulled up these little field stone, it left a little pile of water there. That's going to be super wet, right? But look, you can see the flood, the runoff was going right where I wanted it to go, and then following along there. Now I haven't finished the driveway edge. I'll scoop out a ditch there. Maybe we could just fill it with river rock, and it will be okay. I don't know how spongy that drive is yet this morning. I haven't walked it, but I could see it actually pushed dirt, so it's right. That grade's okay. The grass is way down, so yeah, it was doing the job. I'm going to walk across to see how gooey it is. I need to do a little bit more work and then sow grass seed in there. A little bit of standing water here, so I'll cut that out. And I ran into a tree root here, and this is not a tiny tree, so it's kind of messed up my grade. I might have to move the grade a little bit that way, maybe. I don't know. This side, let me look here. This is the side where I want the back to go. I don't know. I think all the water wasn't using this at all. I think it was all coming this way and going in the first grade, and I would prefer to move it out. I see a standing mud puddle there. Last night I saw a mud puddle there, which was going back up against the house. So this grade isn't deep enough, and I knew that it wasn't deep enough, but I wanted to get an idea. So it did shoo the water slightly, but not nearly what I needed. I could see right there that there's standing water right up against the foundation, which I won't want. So my idea is to come back in here, and I'm going to scoop out another 3 inches, finish that grade out so that there's 5 degree elevation to everything. And I want to try to get the water to run that way mostly, and maybe this emitter, pop-up emitter, if I could pipe it, I'd pipe out over there. Kind of shoo the water as far away as I can. Something has to be done there. And I've got the 2 ginormous trees and roots messing that up. I'm not in the mood to cut down trees that large. Not at all. So this idea here, this is good. This is a good idea. It's a good spot for it. But mostly without a spout coming out, all the water was just dumping right there. That needs to be fixed. Right now it's a D-, everybody. D-. Now when I looked in the dark, I could see that I do have somewhat of a positive grade. For example, I could see the water was coming out at least this far, and either running into the lawn or following down the cobblestones there. So that's all good. It's raining on me right now. In fact, these are mystery. Dumping right into the corner of the house. You can't really see, but I went ahead and buried a little, that's a 4-inch. I buried a little 3-inch pipe temporarily, and I'm piping it out. Hey, right to there. Let me zoom in. See that? And then I split it in half and cut the top of it out, so it mostly dumps in there and then at least runs 4 feet away. This one, I didn't do anything other than chop the grass. This side I haven't worked on. So I wanted to get the grade right on the other side. And I have the right idea. I don't have the right grade yet. I don't know when I'll be able to get back here. It might be pretty spongy. I'll have to look at the... That's Texas for you, from drought to deluge. And that's the way it goes. One year is a drought, and the next year is just massive flooding. So, now this is old hardpack, so I'm believing that I'll be able to get through here. But right there was where a Dodge Ram, big dually Ram, had sunk in. Some of these trees, they didn't either survive the drought, or, as I mentioned before, the previous owners might have been bringing in dirt or allowing dirt to build up. And once it builds up beyond the root ring, it'll kill an oak tree. You really have to maintain them. They don't like to be buried in dirt. And it'll rot the bark, and then the bark will ring about the tree, and then you'll end up with a tree like that, which I do need to remove for this family, because that's just a widowmaker oak. I don't know, 40 feet tall. And then if you look in there, that one's dead, that one's dead. A bunch of them are dead in there, and I believe it's because dirt was allowed. There was right here, there was railroad ties, and it had backed up dirt, and it'll kill a tree. All right, so I can see the flooding came out and is heading that way. That's good. So it crossed right about there. Maybe just have them bring in more gravel and work this area a little bit. So they wanted a circle drive, and I think if I put landscape fabric on and put gravel down on here, look at that. It's almost hard. I'm walking on it right now. That's a surprise. Now right there it cut through. So I need to build up that spot a little more. Certainly don't want to hold water. But indeed, the way I had envisioned this is a little crown on the drive here, and then that being the runoff. And I hadn't worked it all the way. I could see where I stopped working it, that it's, got a mud puddle and such. I'm going to work it all the way down. All right, well, that was a walkabout. That was pretty successful. I still give myself a D-. I didn't move enough dirt. There's only so many hours in a day. And I'm doing my house and then doing this work every other day and after hours, after my normal job. Man, Friday there was a global outage of disruption of Microsoft. I was in escalations all day long. It was exhausting. All right, but real good. I have a little hippie festival to go to this weekend. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to take my camping gear and camp. Well, this is Steve at 1,000 Year Homes. I know I've got a half dozen videos in here, start and stop. I couldn't video at night. It was just too dark. It was nothing, even with the flashlight. It was just pouring. I didn't even want to take a camera out. But this is the next morning, and it's slightly misting. So, but like, subscribe, follow me along. Like I said, these YouTube videos, Sometimes they're just for my benefit, but I do appreciate that people stop in and comment and like and subscribe. So again, Steve, a 1,000-year home, water management is absolutely critical in a 1,000-year home. Thank you much. Bye.